Whenever you hear about two countries that don't get along with each other, that have sort of an intense rivalry, like a tremendous amount of hatred for each other, the first thing that you think of is the Israeli-Arab conflict that's going on in Palestine, and that is a legitimate conflict between two people who have a deep history of distrust, hostility, and conflict with each other. But I think it's strange that we never ever hear about probably a more intense conflict between two people, two sides who hate each other, which is the conflict between India and Pakistan. And the reason why I think that India Pakistan relations are more intense than Israeli Arab relations is because of the rhetoric that you hear from both sides regarding each other. India has absolutely no problems. Their news media has absolutely no problems straight out saying that Pakistan is full of terrorists and that they need to be, destroyed, and vice versa with Pakistan. The presidents or prime ministers of both countries frequently come out in the open saying very scathing remarks about the other. And it's an intense conflict. They've been to war over three times. They've had one undeclared war, which is pretty much still a war. And they're always having military conflicts and skirmishes with each other. And they're always experiencing religious violence. I mean, every time you turn around, there's some type of mass casualty event on both sides, you know. And it stems from religion in one sense because Pakistan is Islamic and India is Hindu. So there's natural tension because of that. And, Hindus are very proud of their religion. And this new Indian administration is pretty much pro Hindu. And even though India is a secular country, they're trying to essentially make it pro Hindu. You know, they want to be the Hindu capital of the world. And there's nothing wrong with that because they do have the most Hindus than any other place in the world. And Pakistan, on the other hand, is an Islamic republic. But the real issue between the two started when Great Britain gave up control of India. You see, Pakistan used to be a part of India at one point in time, as well as a bunch of other countries like Bangladesh, Nepal. And when the British gave up control of India, two countries came about, two new countries: the Dominion of India, which is what it was called, and the Dominion of Pakistan. And Pakistan became the country with the Muslim majority and the Hindu minority, and India became the country with the Hindu majority and the Muslim minority. And during this particular creation of these two new countries, they had a conflict over who owns this particular region called Kashmir. India owns approximately 70% of the population, or 70% of the population of Kashmir. This disputed region is Hindu, and they consider themselves to be Indian nationals, and 30% consider themselves to be residents of Pakistan and Muslims, and that's the hot spot where all the wars have been fought over, and to this very day, where a lot of violence occurs from both sides on each other. And Bangladesh, Bangladesh actually became a country. It initially was considered to be Eastern Pakistan, but since Eastern Pakistan was where the Hindu minority lived, they basically rose up against the Islamic government of Pakistan and succeeded from them and created their own country, and they're more in line with India. So yeah, I mean, I just think it's amazing that nobody really talks about this in American mainstream news. And I encourage you to keep up with these particular conflicts because both countries have nuclear weapons and both countries frequently threaten to use them on each other. And it's, if you pay attention to their conflict with each other, literally, it's like every single day they're about to go to war. Peace.